Tucker Carlson has a new documentary series coming out on Monday on Fox Nation, the streaming service, about January 6th and what really happened that day, and how the deep state and certain unindicted co-conspirators, the feds, were pulling strings from behind the scenes to make sure that the Capitol was breached. This way, all Trump supporters could be branded as terrorists, and Silicon Valley could point to the event as the justification for cracking down on free speech online. Of course, everyone from neocon Liz Cheney to the ADL are demanding that the new documentary be banned.
The idea that now Fox seems to be putting out a program under the Tucker Carlson banner, if they are in fact alleging it as a false flag operation, I mean, that's pretty extraordinary.
It's already been decided. A long time ago, people would say, you can never walk into a movie theater and scream fire if there isn't one. And there's a simple reason for that. You could cause a riot and people could get hurt, and it's disturbing the peace. There are limits on, quote, free speech. Tucker's trailer is meant to incite.
I can't express how upset the Marxists are after just seeing the trailer. So next week, they're going to totally lose their mind. Here's a tweet from some idiot who was running for Congress in Missouri. This is a Harvard Law School graduate who says, quote, "The freedom of speech is not absolute. It can be restricted where it incites imminent lawless action. Tucker Carlson and Fox News are creating propaganda to incite a civil war. At some point, we must use the legal tools available to us before it's too late."
A false flag. He honestly seems to be pushing fascistic propaganda. That January 6th was a government plot to target conservatives. This special is going to air on the network's streaming platform. But he used the main Fox News platform to promote it. And streaming online, it's actually potentially more dangerous. It can go more viral that way. Fox News is basically letting him go full InfoWars in prime time. He's no different at this point than Alex Jones.
It sure does look like an Alex Jones documentary, which means it's going to be great. And this has finally convinced me to join Fox Nation so I can see it. These Marxists are so out of touch with reality, they are demanding that a documentary film be banned, claiming that it violates the First Amendment when it is literally the embodiment of it. You may recall that CNN has been reaching out to various cable providers demanding that they drop Fox News from their lineup. And after this documentary series is released, titled The Patriot Purge, I guarantee there's going to be calls to have the Fox Nation app pulled from the Google Play and Apple App Stores, just like they did for InfoWars. I was on InfoWars last week, by the way, where I had a good talk with Owen Schroyer, who was filling in for Alex Jones. If you missed it, head on over to band.video, which is their video hosting platform where they host all of their shows, and check it out. In other censorship news, some of the pronoun people on Twitter are still complaining about Dave Chappelle's Netflix special not being banned. And it's been over 3 weeks now. While Dave Chappelle is pretending to be tough and saying he's not bending to anybody, he's actually a coward and is afraid to call out what's actually happening here.
You said you want a safe working environment at Netflix. Well, it seems like I'm the only one that can't go to the office anymore. Do not blame the LGBTQ community for any of this. This has nothing to do with them. It's about corporate interests and what I can say and what I cannot say.
It's not the LGBT community, it's corporate interests trying to silence you. No, it's LGBT extremists who are doing anything that they can to try to silence any opposition to their agenda, which is being spread through propaganda now on kids' cartoon networks and even in candy commercials, because they want 10-year-old boys to be drag queens, and now elementary school kids are being taken to gay bars on field trips. In this case, Dave, the corporate interests actually have your back, because if Netflix canceled your special at this point to appease this tiny group of extremely vocal and extreme activists, they would lose even more customers who are upset about the censorship. I told you Dave was a coward. He's afraid to actually call out what is really going on here and what these people are actually doing to our society. This is beyond the fall of Rome. What's coming to America is truly biblical. And if things weren't creepy enough, Mark Zuckerberg just released his new plan for the metaverse, an alternative virtual reality world that he wants everybody to live and work in, which is something straight out of the film Ready Player One, which is an absolutely brilliant film if you haven't seen it. It's about a society where everybody spends most of their waking life living it inside of a virtual reality world instead of living their actual life. The next step will be to wire a neural interface directly into people's brains, straight out of the Matrix. Oh, you think that I'm joking? What do you think Elon Musk is planning with this company Neuralink? He literally has admitted that they're planning on merging man and machine and turning humans into a cyborg species by plugging the internet. Once they create an artificially intelligent, all-knowing God, they want man to merge with that AI to then become a new species, transhuman. It's actually slavery, and that's how the devil works, but that's a topic for a whole other video. There is some good news this week, however. That Marine, did you see the video of him foiling that robbery by just grabbing the gun out of that black thug's hand? He was given an award for his bravery, and he showed up to accept it wearing a Let's Go Brandon shirt. It's not as cool as mine, but still classy. And if you want to get your very own Let's Go Brandon shirt, save 10% off this weekend by using the promo code FJoeBiden at the checkout when you go to markdice.com or click the link in the description below. You can also get this cool embroidered Let's Go Brandon beanie, or if that's not your style, get yourself an Arrest Dr. Fauci shirt or a Save the Triceratops shirt. All available in a t-shirt, long sleeve, and a hoodie, and a whole bunch of different colors as well. So head on over to markdice.com or click the link in the description below. Use the promo code FJoeBiden, one word, at the checkout to save 10% this holiday weekend, and check them out.